As I was living at the farm school, I also got a job teaching in a government school. So I had many students who were from 18 to 26 years old who wanted to study and learn to become potters. So that was really quite a wonderful thing for me. And I have to stop and think a little bit. Now, mostly my students are what we call lifelong learning. So they're older adults. Some people are lawyers, teachers. For some reason, I have a lot of accountants because I don't think accountants are very happy with their life and just doing numbers, and so they wanted to do something creative. I started making these a few years ago, and I use a piece of wood that is specifically used by women who bake a loaf of bread on a Sunday morning, and they will stamp their loaf of bread. The loaf of bread is about 1 kilo, about that big. They will stamp the loaf of bread, and then it'll rise, and this will come out on the top. So I just like this here. It's backwards, but it says Isus Christos Nika, so Jesus Christ wins, conquers, rules. So you can say it in many different ways. So my philosophy, my thinking is what I want to do is I want to imprint my piece of clay. So you can see the finished piece and you can understand now why I put the holes, and then with some macrame and a black cord, and that is going to eventually look like this. Father Nico used excellent craftspeople, artisans. When the church was first built, you would go in, all the walls were empty. Every time I go now to church, there's a new icon on the wall. So again, those iconographers are people who are using their skills to perform a ritual. If the Orthodox Church stopped building their churches, a lot of artisans would lose their work. But also you have to keep in mind that it's not just a question of building a church, but then you have the maintenance. The church plays a very large role in Greek society because almost immediately after you're born, about 3 to 6 months, 3 months to a year, everybody gets baptized. And therein starts your relationship as a child. Also, all throughout the year, we celebrate name days or saint days. It's the same thing. So for instance, the celebration of Easter is very, very big in this country, and it's something that's followed by most people, I would say, living in Greece today. You're celebrating constantly throughout the year, and you're celebrating very special church holidays. Just things like that. They're a constant reminder that the church is a part of your daily life. These events bring people together because it's a common knowledge that on the 21st of May, anybody who's named Costa and anybody who's named Eleni is going to celebrate their name day. So you're going to either go to their house, or you're going to call them on the phone, or there's going to be some kind of exchange. And that happens throughout the year. And even today, when the woman I was sitting next to said, "Oh, come to my house for a coffee after church." And so that way you get to know the people. Otherwise, nobody's going to come all the way out here. We had the big economic crisis in Greece starting around 2008, and maybe even a little bit before that. We had the Olympic Games in 2004, so Greece was at the center of the universe. Everybody knew where Greece was, where Athens was, because of the Olympic Games. It was a real high point for modern Greek history, and they did a wonderful, wonderful job. So they had to borrow a lot of money to put the games on. The banks started going bankrupt. It became almost impossible to take a loan. Anytime that people are in a sense of crisis, especially financial crisis, the tendency is to then go back to their basic root, which is their faith. Sure, there are many people who don't know what the meaning is of a cross, or even what a saint is. In Greece, everybody would know the meaning of the cross, and also the saints. Everybody's name in Greece have an Orthodox saint. What does that mean, really? It means that people are being raised today without any spirituality. And that's the problem with our Western society today, is we think we're very progressive because we're getting rid of morals, ethics, religious symbols. Whereas you're going to find in 20, 30, 40, 50 years that's what keeps humanity human.